Mary McAleese, it's an absolute honour to be able to meet you today. How is it to be back in Rostrevor in County Down?
I love Rostrevor. Doesn't take much to get me back here, but this is a very special day because of the fact that we're commemorating installing a beautiful statue, absolutely wonderful job done by the sculptor Rory Harron, of Tom Dunn, a man who died during the 1798 rebellion, a great United Irelander, he was a Catholic, married to a Presbyterian, and at a time when Protestant, Catholic and dissenter, just all they wanted was a quiet, peaceful world where they could live in good neighbourliness, but with equality, and they didn't have that. And they fought for it and they died for it. And he was flogged in this beautiful village that I associate my heart and soul with peace, because we came here from a very troubled tribal sectarian Belfast in the 1970s in search of that peace, and we found it here because people are fabulous here, great community spirit. But to think that he just died up 100 yards from where we're standing now, he was flogged for the principle of believing that human beings are born equal, created equal by God, a man of great faith. But anyway, here we are. I hope that in some way we vindicate him in a way by the beautiful statue and also the walk here, because the walk will tell people the story of what kind of community this is. I mean, here today the Methodists are involved, the Presbyterians are involved, the Church of Ireland's involved, the Catholics are involved, and all the agnostics and dissenters. Everybody standing here in honour of that past. But I think they're not just here in honour of the past. They're making a statement about the future that we dare still to work for and believe in.
Big time. I'm a Meath woman living in Down, and I definitely can feel how important it is to have a community.
I remember the day we beat you by the 1 point. Yes, still remember that. Thank you, God.
All-Ireland final, definitely.
And we're wearing the red and black today.
I see. Very nice. And how important was it, I suppose, for communities to come out and support one another?
It's the essence of human decency, and it's what makes for peaceful communities. You know, it's what makes for peace. That's what happens. There's the bell ringers now, ringing out the bells of hope and peace.
Exactly, and you've had a busy weekend as well. You're on Patrick Keelty's first Late Show,
which was brilliant, because Paddy's brilliant, and he's going to be just such a wonderful host. He is. Yeah. He's just terrific, isn't he?
Absolutely. You talked a little bit about the GAA, the LGFA, the Camogie Association, all coming under the one umbrella. You're involved in all of that.
One organisation built on equality, based on equality, gender equality and every other kind of equality you can think of. Why? Because it's the future. Why? Because it's modernisation. Why? Because it's just and it's right. It never was right. It could never be right that women didn't get the same go. Fair go as the men. And I was saying that I went down to Carn in the Burren where Michael Cusack was born, in a tiny little cottage, and I stood there a few months ago and I made a promise to him and myself that I would try to create the organisation that he would have created had he been here today, which will be an organisation of men and women, because at the heel of the reel, all Gaelic games have been created and developed by women. Even the ones that operated for men were created by the mammies, the sisters. And so I look at the wonderful work done by Ladies Gaelic Football Association, the Camogie Association, and also the GAA. How are we going to honour that in the future? We're one organisation based on equality. That's what we're going to do. We have it almost done. We'll please God. We did a wonderful survey, phenomenal support.
I think I did that survey.
Oh, phenomenal support. The biggest survey ever in Ireland, ever.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't just a happy clappy, oh, we like integration, or the idea of it. It was, here are our ideas, here's how it can be done, here's what you need to do. They gave us the roadmap. We have the roadmap. They're going to love it.
So
people are going to love it. We'll be ready to launch next February. We'll have put it all together, because it's quite a complex thing, as you can imagine. You know, there's the overarching structure, but then there's what I might call the granular. And we have to get that right, because people, the identities of all the codes have got to be protected, sustained and developed. But on the other hand, let's face it, what's the growth area in sport all over our country, but elsewhere? Women's sports. Not just Gaelic games, but every game you can think of, from tennis to golf, to rugby, to cricket, to football. It's the time of the women is here. It is here, and we are going to celebrate it.
Yes, absolutely.
And work for it.
Yeah, and for you as a family, you're very involved in sport in GAA.
We are, of course. My daughter, of course, is a coach, GAA coach. My 2 grandchildren are obsessed, completely obsessed by the GAA, as my kids were when they lived here in Rostrevor. You know, so it's a great tradition to hand on to them. I'm very proud of it. The only drawback, of course, is that Martin can't bum and boast to them about his great days as the captain of the Antrim Miners and winner of the Sigerson Cup. No, because our son-in-law is Mick O'Connell's son, the great legend of Gaelic football. So it's no contest.
Okay, absolutely not.
No contest, unfortunately. Martin is well and truly in the shadow now. Yeah.
And finally, Mary, I'll let you go. A lot of people want to speak to you. Being President of Ireland, the former President of Ireland, was it the biggest privilege of your life?
Absolutely. Absolutely the biggest and the best. Wasn't I lucky?
Yeah.
Wasn't I very lucky? And to live through those times and to be able to play a part in that period of great period of reconciliation, North-South and East and West, you know, and East and West, because we're all the neighbours. Yeah.
I always remember I went to Rebeccan school.
Yes, I know it well.
Dunshaughlin.
Yes.
We waited for hours to meet you one
Yeah,
day.
because we lived in Dunshaughlin.
Yeah.
My kids were all born in Dunshaughlin, of course. Oh, yeah, they were. Yeah. And then we emigrated to Rostrevor from Dunshaughlin.
It's not a bad place.
No, it surely isn't.
No, absolutely
Is
not.
it
Mary,
nice to
thanks for
talk
your
to you?
time.